Good morning, everyone. So, since na-introduce naman ko unsa ang campus paper, now let's proceed na po sa parts of the campus paper. So, what are the parts of campus paper? So, these are front page, editorial page, sports page, feature page, news page, literary page, community development page, and science and technology page. So, what are the parts of the front page? The first one is the nameplate. Nameplate is the name of a newspaper. It also has the logo, and you will also notice that the nameplate bears the date when the articles is published, and it also bears the volume and the number of the particular release. So next is the ears. So this is not a literary ear nga ato dunggan na adas newspaper, no. So ears is the little boxes in either both sides of the nameplate. So the ears usually contain advertisement or announcements. Di ang atong dunggan nakabutan diha. Next is the banner. Banner is the principal headlines. You can identify if this is the principal headline if the size of the font is bigger than the other headlines, and it is also in bold. Now, dapat bigger siya sa other headlines aron makahibaw po ang mga readers that this headline is the most topic of the day's issue. So, the title should be interesting to catch the attention of the readers. So, for example, Justin Bieber had a car crash last night. So what makes the title interesting is that it involves the celebrity. So, ingana. So the next is the running headline. It is a type of heading having two or more lines, and it is usually written in all capital letters and sometimes add a colon. So sometimes kay di man nakanunay, maka-identify ta nga running head ni siya kay sa font palamandaan nilang duha. Mas bolder ang font sa banner kaysa sa running headline. And ang title is very broad. So kaning running headline, ijang mura gitagaan ni jang information, mura gi-expand it a little ni ja ang title para mas mahasabtan sa mga readers who are these men nga ning adto sa moon. So these are the astronauts, and kay ba ang mga readers kung unsa ilang gibuhat dito o kaning mga reasons nga ning adto sila dito which is to collect the rocks and plant a flag. So next to the running headline is the headline. So manghod ni siya sa banner, manghod po ni siya sa running headline. So headline is the any titles of any news. So ingon na ka nga headline ni kay kuan man mas specific na siya, dili ang mao na ni ang specific story nga iyang gitagaag title. Kay remember ang banner is the kanay summarizes the whole story, the whole news, the topic of the day's issue. So, mo na ang banner, and ang running headline is the ijang gi-extendan og gamay, mura gitagaan na information gamay para mas masabtan pa ang banner. Then ang headlines mo na ni ang mga specific titles sa sud sa news. So, it summarizes or draws attention to a story to encourage people keep on reading. Next is deck. So, this is the subordinate headline which is placed below its mother head to give information about it. Now, according to Michelle Rafter, ang font sa deck is lighter than the main headline because ang main headline is bold. Yeah. And deck summarizes what the story is all about and provides additional detail and uses active language, of course, kaya masabtan po sa atong mga readers kung unsa imong gipambutan diha. Now, according to the researcher of the ABC Education, deck is a short sentence that follows the main headline and summarizes the article. Next is the lead. Lead is the first sentence or the first paragraph found in a news story. So, according to Alfredo Butusan and other source, the information we should put in the lead part answers the questions of who, what, when, and sometimes why and how. So in this part, it allows the editor to summarize the point of view of the story. Remember, ang space sa atong newspaper is very limited. So we have to give the information. Dapat ang information is specific and direct to the point that answers the questions of answers the 5W questions. So, and we also have to be accurate when writing the story or the lead. Kay syempre, dili na factual ang information kung lahi na nasa compared sa unsay tinuod na tabo or kinsay mga tao involved ngani. So, for example, nakakita ang mga NBI og drug sa bahay ni Lloyd but sa news nga nakabutang is sa bahay ni Gian. So, dili na factual ang imo information, and the main purpose nga atong paghimo sa atong newspaper is to give factual information to the public. So, next is the news story, the whole story or part of the whole story about the news. So, as I search kanay about nga part, naka-observe ko nga og magsuwat gani og story kay naadyoy i-appeal nga picture. Nakakuan ko nga na. And in writing a news story, we have to be accurate. We have to search for the errors of the informations, and we have to check the spellings and the grammar before sending the story. And take note, when writing a news story, we have to be fair. Remember to cover all sides of any controversial issues and clearly state the different points of view. And of course, we have to acknowledge the writer of the story by simply writing their names with their respective positions in a newspaper. So, in this part, mao na pod ni ang atong gitawag kaning acknowledgement, mao na atong gitawag nga byline. Next is a cut. This is a photo or illustrations that is relevant to the news. Next is a cut line. So this is a text accompanying photo or illustrations, or in other words, a caption that describes the photo of what is going on in there, who is the person you are, who is the subject of your news. Next is the column. So this is the horizontal division of the parts or the text of the newspaper. And according to Deborah Jefferson, column is not a news article but it is a news. Muna ni diri nasod pod ang information that answers why and how. So ayaw makalibog ihaning news article kay mao ni ang this is not a news story nga na taas-taas pagkajod. Ang kani mubura ni siya. And it often states an opinion, and it is said to be like writing an open letter. Next is the column rows. So this is the vertical lines that indicate the divisions of the column. Lines are substituted with a space blank column rule. Next is the box. It is the news or any news materials enclosed by line rules is a box story. And pwede rin nasagoy picture. Next is the fold. So this is the imaginary horizontal line that divides the paper into two to not run against the banner. So morning na ani fold kay aron di pod manglapas-tapas ang mga news di ang mga information, dili maglibog ang ato mga readers kung asa na sila dapit, asa na sumpay nga na. Next is the jump line. This is a line telling reader where the story continue. Now remember, ang space sa newspaper is very limited. So, ang other information, ibutang nasa laing page. So, when writing a jump line, we have to be accurate sa labi na sa page number. Kaya kung dili na mabung o pangita ang reader kung asa na dapit ang sumpay. Next is overlap. It is a type of cut line written or shows above the photo. So, if ang cut line, ang iyang caption is nasa ubos, ang overline is nasa ibabaw sa photo. Kicker is a tagline above but smaller than the headline. Is that hammer is bigger than the headline. Hammer is in bold too. Differentiating hammer and banner headline is that the banner headline is in complete sentence, while hammer is not a complete sentence and just states only a few words. Like sa atong example sa atong newspaper, na ubang mga newspaper nga banner ay hammer ay nakabutang. Manang last call. Next is the credit line. A credit line is a line where we give or pay respect to the source of the story or illustrations printed. It is usually done for stories or illustrations. Now, the difference between the credit line and byline is that credit line is used for those stories or illustrations which are borrowed or important, while byline is usually a signature or a name of the reporter's staff. Now, after sa tanan, ato na pong himuon ang index, alphabetized table of contents of the newspaper. So, take note in making this part kay narabay uban nga maghimog table of contents kay nigbutang nimo sa page. Inig-adto nato sa page di man dito mao. So, dapat atong i-review. Maghimo ta atong i-review ang mga pages. Mao pa nato ibutang sa table of contents dito sa page nga part. So that's all. Thank you.